Oh my god. If there was ever a time I the ultimate crit set, I have not gotten a double crit set power damage on this goblet in a very, very long time. Goes and rolls artifact to get defense. After that happened, I just decided, usually, I mean, you know, we have days like these. I decided to roll artifacts I deemed worthy of me trying to see whether it turned into something I want to use, something like that in the future. I decided to roll all of these that I kind of wanted to see what would happen, you know. And nothing really went well until something very interesting happened. Now, I didn't have a reaction to this. I was literally speechless. I mean, there's an attack circlet, so I was like, that's what I want to use it on in the future, maybe. Well, what if I had to say the future is now? There's somebody I didn't think who could use it, and I want to just show this off. Now, just trying to figure out how to go about explaining this. This is the build I usually have on Ganyu here, but after filling with her stats with this artifact for about 10 minutes or so, little test run of seeing this new build, I killed this boss faster than I did with that old build, which actually surprised me. Now, it's not that surprising because I have a lot of units, of course, but with this new build here, I essentially tested it out another way as well. I do more damage on charge shots with an attack circlet. I know it increases raw damage, but I was wondering if this was even worth doing, because I know how important crit stats are, but I know Ganyu doesn't need crit that badly. But I have to say, it's crazy to know that my charge shots with 50 crit rate, 200% crit damage essentially, is doing more damage than any other build I could possibly do. Honestly, it makes me feel pretty good. Got to use the attack circlet, and it feels pretty great. It's very different. It made me realize how important attack circlet can be if you have the greatest stats on it. But not everyone's going to be able to get this type of build, especially since this is Ganyu using it. So her bloom damage is always going to hit, and that extra crit rate from that bloom is going to proc as well. So it's not like she's going to miss with that crit. But it's crazy to know that extra inflation of attack really shows. I was really surprised at how much of an increase of damage I actually got, and it's pretty cool. I wanted to just show this off because I thought this was very interesting. I don't usually care for attack circlet. I never thought of anybody other than Shinra that can actually use an attack circlet for what her kit does. But Ganyu was able to do something I didn't think she could do. It makes me wonder if other characters could possibly fulfill this example. If, you know, if you have good enough substats on those artifacts, inflating that attack would actually be worth it. I mean, my melt damage also did more damage, not just her raw damage, and I found that very interesting. I don't know what else to say. I'm just surprised as hell. Did this confirm that if you have the right build for specific individual damage type characters, would just fulfilling that attack just be that much more worth it? With good enough stats, I mean, you don't even really need Ganyu at 50 crit rate, but I've tested my other builds where I had 215 crit damage, which was my build with a crit rate circlet. And I do less damage. I did this most recent build with the crit damage circlet instead of the crit rate one. And with these sets, I do less damage. In raw damage and melt damage. So this attack circlet literally changed my Ganyu. And this is funny because this is how I felt when I got this EM circlet and I was able to do more damage off of my burst with D-Loop. I wonder if people have actually known these things but never tried it, or I mean honestly I feel like now that I've definitely seen this and tested around with it, I think people should give attack circlets more of a try in the future, because it might just surprise you. Honestly speaking, this piece is extremely god tier, but yeah, these are the artifacts I'm using on her. And I have to say, I can't take these off. If you ever preview my Ganyu, you'll probably think that she's not the greatest because her crit damage is lower. But I can guarantee you, I'm probably doing more damage than you, despite being C0. So I find that kind of funny. I really do. Like with two, like, pyro characters on the team, my attack is 2800. I didn't think full sending attack would make her do this much more damage because I thought it would be too much attack because of this. I really wish that I could actually just run this, but I can't run this because it doesn't really help her. It actually makes her do less damage, not because it lessens the attack, it's just the bonus that this weapon gives in general is just better for her. It made her to a certain degree, but all I can say is, wow. I didn't think I'd be making it, but I honestly think this as a video was well worth the experiment. I didn't expect the execution of the artifacts because I didn't expect this kind of outcome. But honestly, I wonder what people would rate my Ganyu, honestly. I'm very curious. Because I want to see an official content creator actually look at this and just explain to me how this isn't exactly better than a crit rate or a crit damage circlet. My build is just good enough. With this particular build setup, you would think I'd do less damage. Well, I definitely just played around with it, and it definitely checks out for itself. So, you tell me. Because honestly, I'd say my Ganyu will be sticking with this attack circlet moving forward. Didn't think I'd say that.
Here we go again.